Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Hannah and I make videos about New York City and my life living here. And today we're gonna go check out the Feast of San Gennaro. This video was inspired by a comment on my last video by a YouTube user who goes by the name of DN, who simply asked me if I was attending the festival. And I'd been planning on attending, but not necessarily on making a video about it. But since that question was asked, I thought that maybe that's something you guys would be interested in and maybe I should film it. I have actually never been to the festival before and I didn't know much about it until this morning. So we're gonna be doing a little bit of learning together here. Before we head out and go to the festival, I just want to share some of the history behind it because I think it's really important when attending events that have such a cultural significance for so many people that we understand why it exists. The feast celebrates the life of Saint Gennaro of Naples, who was the Bishop of Benevento, Italy, and was martyred in 305 AD during the persecution of Christians by the Roman Empire. Saint Gennaro went to visit and pray with his friends who were in prison, knowing that this would result in his arrest. And after he was arrested, they tried to execute him in many different ways. They tried to burn him alive, feed him to lions, poison him, and miraculously, none of their attempts worked. This did lead to him eventually being beheaded. So after this happened, the townspeople actually soaked up his blood and put it into vials, and the vials are still in existence today. Of course, after so long, remember this is 305 AD, the blood is dried. However, sometimes his blood mysteriously liquefies. There are 3 days out of the year that the vials are brought out for public viewing, one being the Saturday before the first Sunday in May, December 16th, and September 19th, the day of the Saint's Feast. Neapolitans get particularly nervous when the blood doesn't liquefy on these days. Specifically on September 19th, they see it as a bad omen. And actually, in 1980, the blood did not liquefy on September 19th, and there was a major earthquake in southern Italy 2 months later that killed about 3,000 people. Still to this day, many Neapolitans pray to Saint Gennaro for protection from all sorts of natural disasters and emergencies. So here's where the festival comes in. At the turn of the 20th century, when Italian immigrants settled on the Lower East Side of Manhattan, each region settled on a different street, with the Neapolitans settling on Mulberry Street. In 1926, they decided to host a one-day block party for their patron saint and protector of Naples, San Gennaro, which has continued every year since, except for 2020 because nothing happened in 2020. But it has since expanded into an 11-day event that stretches throughout 11 blocks in Little Italy in Lower Manhattan. This year's feast is the 95th Feast of San Gennaro, and this year on the 20th anniversary of 9/11, they are specifically honoring and celebrating the first responders on that day. And this year's event runs from Thursday, September 16th to Sunday, September 26th. So at the time you're watching this video, you still have a little more time to go check it out yourself. So let's go head over to Little Italy and see what it's all about. we're here. There are so many people and we are overwhelmed. We're trying to figure out where to get food. Like, look at this. This is a not packed spot. We're standing here because there are not that many people here in comparison to everywhere else. Ross won't win me a giant pink sloth. Everyone berate him in the comments.
The shoot out the star game is hard.
This is the fastest moving Ferris wheel I've ever seen. People are yelling like it's a roller coaster. Hey, so this is Hannah and Ross from after we got home because it was so loud where we were eating that we couldn't really talk about our food as we were eating it. So we're gonna do that now. So we ended up eating at this restaurant called Bella Vita, which was participating in the festival. We were just sort of standing outside the restaurant trying to figure out what to do next because it was really crowded and we couldn't figure out where we wanted to get food. And this lady comes up and she's like, "Table for two?" And we're just like, "Yep, let's do it." So it was really good though. We started with the buffalo prosciutto mozzarella. Is that what it was? Buffalo mozzarella prosciutto, and it was really good. It was prosciutto wrapped around mozzarella with a balsamic glaze on top, and I personally thought it was fantastic.
It's very good.
The cheese was so fresh, and I really like the glaze too. What do you think?
Yes, it was all good.
On to the next one. You want to tell us about your entree?
Had the tagliatelle pescatori, which was shrimp and scallops over flat pasta with olive oil and garlic and white wine. It was very good. The sauce over the noodles was so delicious and oily, and the fish was cooked perfectly, so yeah.
And I got the gnocchi napolitana, and it was gnocchi with a meat sauce, marinara sauce, and mozzarella cheese, and it was fantastic. The gnocchi tasted super fresh, and I don't know. I'm not a food reviewer. It's sauce and cheese on pasta. That's fantastic. No, it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. And then after, we got a cannoli, and I was able to tell you about that on camera, so. This is really good. It's got a nice crunch. The cream is super rich. 10 out of 10 recommend. Where did we get this? Shoot, I'll be right back with you. I just had to peep around the corner. It was Cafe Roma, and they are one of the few places that have a card reader, so. All right, we are back home now, so that's about it for the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed seeing the festival. It was so crowded that I'm worried I didn't get enough good footage. I'm very short, and I was so just like packed into these crowds. I literally had my arms up above my head with the camera trying to get good footage, but it was a lot of fun, and you know, I think how packed it was says something about the event itself and how much people really love it. There were so many options. Like, I don't even need to give you examples or list things off, because any possible Italian dish that you can dream up, you can find it there. The environment was super fun. Like I said, so much food. There were carnival games and a little bit of shopping and a Ferris wheel, which we didn't ride, but we just stood and watched it for a little bit. It looked like fun. It was the fastest moving Ferris wheel I've ever seen. But anyway, I had so much fun experiencing that, and I hope you guys had fun experiencing it for the first time with me. If you did enjoy the video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out and helps the YouTube algorithm to know to promote my videos. Please subscribe if you haven't already for new videos every single week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.